Hi, I'm Jacob, aka the Plant Prodigy, and today I'm going to be going through a walk on in my grandpa's woods up in Lovell, Michigan, and I will share with you some of the flora that's growing here. Here we have a black cherry. Like they usually don't really get all that big here for some reason when compared to southern Michigan where I live. I don't know why that is. My best guess is probably because it's colder up here. There are some balsam poplars up there, along with some younger white pines. And the cool thing about this property is that there's actually a river that runs right through the middle of it. That's roughly 30 feet wide. Here's the balsam fir right here. And these are often used as Christmas trees. And I think they're really pretty. In eastern white pine, Pinus trombus, these things can get huge. I actually got a big one on this property, registered with the Michigan State Big Tree Registry several years ago. And it was 98 feet tall and a little over 11 feet in circumference. And I estimate that it'll be about 200 years old, give or take a few decades. There's the creek. Another cherry. And here's a speckled alder right here, or tag alder, as my grandpa calls them. They're not trees, they're more shrubs that grow along riverbanks. Here's a young balsam poplar, like young growth right here, growing right through the bridge, which I think looks pretty cool. More tag alders. Wait till you see this. This place has amazing fishing here. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? Isn't it beautiful? I mean, how many properties do you get where you have a river that's running right through the middle of it? Now we're going to go right uphill. Because there's actually a little bit of a valley here. So, here's another balsam fir. Right here. These are some bracken ferns, and and they're practically everywhere, especially in areas where there's a lot of light. Another black cherry tree. And there's an excellent specimen for a balsam fir right there. And there's some huge quaking aspens back there, which they're pretty big for quaking aspens because they usually get pretty small. But these are huge, and that doesn't include clonal cultivars like Pando over in Utah, which can live for tens of thousands of years and have many different stems that grow over it over time. Another balsam poplar. This here is called sweet fern, and I think that might be able to be used as an insect repellent, if I remember correctly, but I'm not 100% sure. Speed limit 25. Grandpa put that there as a joke. Here's a young quaking aspen right here. Like, these things actually sprout up all over the place here. That branch is in the way. Pretty open field here, which I think is pretty. There's a red oak right there. Not that one, but over up there that looks like it's about to fall soon. pretty big one. I'm going to say it's like 9-10 feet in circumference, maybe a little less. And now we're getting to a shadier part of the woods. Tons of red maple saplings right here. Beautiful. And there are a lot of quaking aspens right here. This is really beautiful. Only problem here is that, especially like during late spring and early summer, there are a ton of ticks. Power line that goes through the middle of the property. Here's a Pinus banksiana, or jack pine, right here. Looks really good. Even my family hates them because they think they're ugly and attract bugs. I think they're okay, and I don't really mind them. Here's an oak sapling. I think it might be a white oak, but I'm not 100% sure, because sometimes red oak saplings have these rounded leaves sometimes, but I'm not really sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Another jack pine right here. More bracken ferns. You know, for the next several minutes, I'm just going to stop talking so we can enjoy nature. Now I'm going to go off the trail because there's actually a really good spot up here that has a really good view that I think you might want to see. It's a high up on a ridge and it has a really, really good view. I think there's a bunch of blueberries here. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they might be blueberry plants down here. Correct me if I'm wrong, because there are a lot of them out here. You're gonna love this view from up here. There's some beaver damage right here, and an old stump from the logging era back in the late 1800s. There are a lot of these old stumps that are petrified and preserved. You know, they're well over 100 years old. Another one. More beaver damage right there. Massive pests. My grandpa's considers pests. This might be a beaver trail right here where all the beavers get in. The view up here is amazing, and it is well worth this. It's actually a really good view right here. I'm gonna go out into an area where it's a little more open. Like, I mean, if I ever make enough money, I'll probably build a house right up here. Here's some more white pines. The view here is definitely worth it. Sorry if the trees are in the way. There's actually a better spot right up here, like a blind that my uncle has. A deer blind that my uncle made. And the view right here is going to be a lot better, probably. And it is. Look at that view right there. Best view on the entire property. Let me get to a better angle. Here's that beaver trail. Look at that view. Isn't it beautiful? This is probably the best view on the entire property. Sorry if I keep repeating myself, I'm just really excited. Oh, and see that tree right there between those two firs? That's actually that big white pine that I got registered in the Michigan Big Tree Registry some years ago I was talking about earlier. Oh, wind's picking up. And if you look down here, there's actually the river that's down there. And there's a ton, this property is over 200 acres. So I can't show you all of it in one single video. Now we're gonna go back to the cabin. There's the river down there. And there's actually a paper birch right here. You know, when the top fell off because of the beavers. My grandpa really considers them a pest. These trees are, this place is actually called silver birch because of the birches, even though the birches aren't the most common tree here. but it actually peels off like this, which is why it's called paper birch. Because the bark is just like paper. Sorry about them talking, that's just my family. Really beautiful place. Another big white pine over there. Look. This place is absolutely beautiful. And I hope to one day give you another tour. So basically we're going to a giant loop right now. And I'll be back at the hill in a minute, and then I'll go down from there and end the video. Here's a mushroom. I don't know what it is, but whatever you do, do not eat wild mushrooms unless you're absolutely certain what it is. Because there are many toxic species, including Amanita phalloides, or the death cap, or Amanita bisquamira, or the destroying angel, both of which contain amatoxins, which can be fatal and damage the liver. I think it's the Rushola mushroom, if I pronounce that correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I think it's probably toxic, so I'm just going to leave it alone. Here's a thistle right here, which I think is really beautiful, even though it's not native to here. Like the purple flowers like this. I don't know what kind it is, so if you do know, please tell me down below. That there is actually a deer rock from my grandpa put there for the deer to lick here. Even though he is a hunter, he's actually surprisingly gentle with the deer. So he even has food plots for them to eat. We're back on the main trail now. So I think this is a good place to end the video. Sorry if this was a little awkward, but don't really have a lot to say. Check out the tour of the woods up north in Michigan. Bye.